you didn't come with none? I can tell you I came with some.
I definitely think I came with a few. For one, I think it's our lack of asking for help. That is definitely within my family. Like, we're not supposed to reach out to other people. We're supposed to figure things out on ourselves. And when I first got to Oswego, there were a lot of things as a student, especially coming from a different area, that I did not understand, I did not know, and I did not know how to reach out for help. And that stuck with me until I finally got comfortable being uncomfortable, and I put myself in those positions and finally learned how to actually ask for help. So that is definitely one for sure.
So in my family, we don't talk about generational curses. We talk about generational blessings.
Okay.
And one of the things that I can say I will take with me everywhere I go is the work ethic. And I 100% have gotten that from my parents.
Okay.
You know, I too fall into this trap of needing to feel like I have to do everything on my own. I have to showcase myself. I have to show that I am capable of doing all of these things, because if not, then we tend to fall into that sort of imposter syndrome pattern.
Yeah.
Where if we have to ask for help, that means that we're lesser than, that we're not capable. But growing up, one of the best things, and I actually have this in my dissertation dedication to my parents, is in Spanish we have a phrase that says, hay una diferencia en tener educación y ser educado.
I know, that's right.
So loosely translated, that means that there is a difference between having education and being educated. You can have 17 million degrees and still not have any form of knowledge attainment. So my parents came here with not the type of formal education that one would expect, but they are by far some of the smartest people that I have ever met in my entire life. They've taught me the importance of valuing yourself, of humbling yourself, being humble but not being humbled, having pride but not being prideful. And because of that, I am 100% able to say that I've been able to get to where I've gotten, but I haven't gotten there alone. Because I always tell people, and if my dad ever sees this, I'm sorry. He's very short.
Yeah.
I
think I heard this story before.
He's very short, but I've always said that I've gotten here because I've been lucky enough to stand on the shoulders of giants. Because for me, they are. They taught me a lot about being myself and imparting that onto other students. So everything that my family has taught me, I don't treat my students any differently. And I hope that if any student that comes through my door, that's come through my classroom, that comes to any of the programs that we've done, can say is, I saw myself in this person and they saw me.
I like that. That's fire. So far our conversation's been great. I'm enjoying it, but there's still a lot to come. So before we get to our final questions, let's take a short break and we'll be right back with some more questions. Good comedy.
The awkward stare off was mad.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy. Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting back. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
welcome back to the bigger picture. Let's just jump right back into the questions here. So, Carmi, Dr. Duran, what kind of support resources does the Latino Student Union provide to its members and the broader Latino community here at Oswego?
Well, for one, we have our office hours. So on campus in the Point, we have an office. So all of our members on our executive board are delegated to certain hours. So if our committee wants to come and speak with us, if they have any questions, if they just want to talk, get to know us, our door is always open for them. Also, we just came back from Fulton after doing an outreach program through different organizations that reached out to us to help out with the Latino community over there in Fulton. So we do things like that. Previously in our past e-boards, we actually used to read out to children in the library within the community. So those are a few things that we've been able to do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So my next question, we're gonna go deep again. But can you guys share any personal experiences or stories that highlight the impact of what the Latino Student Union does on this campus or can do to an individual here on campus? Take your time, you guys are good.
I think yesterday's program is a prime example of that. So yesterday was our table talk, and it's essentially based off of the TV show Red Table Talk by Jada Pinkett and her family, where we get the room set around and we kind of do seminar style, and our director of programming comes up with questions, controversies, different things that we want to talk about. And for this program, we tried to incorporate a lot what it's like being a POC in this campus. So for example, one of our questions was, what's one challenge we faced? And it was very warming to see after one person raised their hand, 6 other people on the line had something they wanted to say about how they felt underrepresented on this campus, how they were challenged, or something that they felt they just wanted to get off of their chest. So something like that is very moving to me, at least.
Yeah, sitting in on some of the programs has really helped me understand students better, understand their experiences here on campus, because of the fact that we're looking at a disproportionality in terms of how students are represented on the campus, which then gets reflected in how students see themselves in faculty. Being able to better understand the types of experiences that students go through, not just in class, but with each other, what their anxieties are, what they're worried about, understanding how their experiences also help inform their academic experience, and being able to provide a little bit more nuance into how that actually occurs.
Okay, cool. So, like we mentioned earlier, the Latino Student Union is just one of other organizations here that represent all the multicultural organizations Oswego has to offer. So what does a normal collaboration look like with the other organizations, or what does a collaboration look like with the local community? So that could be like any community service events or protests or rallies or whatever that may be.
Well, we have a few. So as far as programs and collaborations with different organizations, today, right now actually, we have a program collaboration with the Caribbean Student Association, and our program is called The American Dream, and it's essentially about how second-generation children from the Caribbean and from Latin American countries that come over here feel kind of disconnected to their roots and may be seen as less than almost to our older generations because the struggles they went through in the places that we haven't been able to face. So sometimes we're looked at a little less than, and just opening up on how we feel about that. So even though they're the Caribbean Student Association and we're the Latino Student Union, there's still ways we intersect, and we both understand each other and our differences and our similarities and how we're all fighting with the same message, essentially.
Okay, cool. All right, so my next question here, this is a little running joke we have here on the bigger picture. But let's just say you're going out to dinner, right? And you have the choice to go to dinner with any Hispanic historical figure, celebrity, movie star, whatever you think, you name it, you could go to dinner with them. Who would that person be, and what do you think your conversation with them would be like?
You got yours?
Yeah.
Go.
Elizabeth Acevedo.
Why Elizabeth?
Elizabeth Acevedo is one of the most prolific Afro-Latina authors of our time. She has this ability to be able to show our stories in such a nuanced way that showcases all of the beautiful shades, colors, experiences. One of my favorite books, it's a recent book of hers, it's called Clap When You Land. And it's because of this running joke that we clap for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
We do.
yeah, like when you get on the plane and you clap when the plane
Yeah,
lands.
especially when you go to DR.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I still do it.
Yeah.
People make fun of me because of that. Because and my friends will tell me I'm not sitting next to you if you're going to clap when the
Yeah.
plane lands. But I'm going to do it because, you know, we made it safely.
Safe and sound.
We've touched down. We're
God
there
bless.
to enjoy ourselves. But it's also about celebrating when you've landed, when you've actually made it. And Elizabeth Acevedo, if you're listening, I'm available.
Okay, wait, where are you guys going to eat at? That's the good question.
Oh, you mean like here in Oswego?
Oh, no, anywhere you want. Like, where would you like to go for a dinner with her? Like, you want steak?
No,
pasta?
No, I want to go to a mom and pop stand that is owned by like a small restaurant over in Bonao, because that's where I'm from.
Oh, you went
In
specific.
DR,
I like
yep.
that.
Right, so there's actually, when we go to the river in DR, in Dominican Republic, we take all of our food with us. So in an ideal world, my grandmother would still be here with us. She would make us lunch, and then me and Elizabeth would take a very academic stroll down El Rio Masipedro in Bonao. I have played this out of my mind.
Yeah. Okay, so Carmen, who would be your person, and where would you guys go to eat?
I think my person would be Bad Bunny.
Hey, I agree.
First, I would
we
ask
doing?
him why he cuts hair, and then I love it. Let's start there. Second, I think I would want to go to Hibachi. I think me and Bad Bunny would have fun on like a little hibachi dinner date. Because I have a lot of things to say to him. I love his music. I love what he does. I love his messages. Like, Bad Bunny, if you're watching this, hibachi.
Oh my God.
Hibachi.
So, as we always wrap up the bigger picture, we always like to leave one lasting question to all our viewers, which is, what message or advice would you give to other students interested in starting or joining a similar organization on their campus? Or what advice would you give any students in general who are maybe scared or nervous to do something like what you guys are doing?
My friend recently told me of something she believes in, which is if you're going to do it and you're scared, go and do it scared. So if you're scared to get involved, if you're scared to talk to someone, if you're scared to start an organization, go do it. Do it scared. Do it with your heart pounding out your chest, but you're going to do it. And one thing I firmly believe in and like to tell myself is get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you will not grow in your safe zone. So yeah.
Cool. Dr. D?
I would say if you want to start that student organization, 100% go for it. And also find a faculty advisor that you know is going to 100% support you, the organization, and the organization's mission, because ultimately, at some point, that will make a difference.
I agree, and I don't mean to add on here, but from my experiences being a part of the Latino Student Union, my big thing that I always told people who came to programs is make this your home away from home, because it's the one place where you're gonna realize you laughed the most, you cried the most, you got into some great discussions with. It's literally your home away from home. So I don't mean to love on the LSU train, but I love this organization. And one more question, because I totally forgot. Latin Heritage Month just passed. We're almost done. It's about to end.
Yes, we are.
We're still here.
We're still here.
October
Until the 15th.
October
Till the
15th.
So, if you can, what is one word that you want to, you think describes Latin Heritage Month?
Beautiful.
Beautiful? And one sentence, why?
Because it's celebrating all the differences in our cultures. Like, some people we're Latin, Hispanic. It's everyone. It's not just about one culture. It's not one country. It's a month for all of us.
Dr. D, we got a little bit of time left, but your one word?
Interconnectedness.
Because?
Because like Carmidas already said, we are all one nation. And when it comes to being Latino, there are so many different aspects that go into that we have to celebrate all of it.
I agree. And just like that, the bigger picture. Thank you guys all for tuning in to tonight's episode. We would like to thank Dr. Duran and Carmitas for joining us, representing the Latino Student Union. Tonight was a great episode, and stay tuned for the rest of the semester, as we're just going to be dropping banger after banger. Don't forget to view things through the bigger picture. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Micron seeks Central New York students' perspectives.
And donate your shoes and boots to a good cause this season.
Plus, learn ways to help prevent holiday theft.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Matthew Bly.
And I'm Madeline Cummings.
But first, it's time to dig out your heavy jackets and gloves because winter weather is officially here.
The National Weather Service issued a lake effect snow warning for central New York starting Tuesday morning, lasting until Wednesday at 7 a.m. Our meteorologist Caitlin Farrell is here in the studio to give us the latest on the weather overnight and going into the week. Caitlin, how much snow should we be expecting?
Hey guys, so we're expecting quite some snow. It is definitely our first snowstorm of the year. Very exciting. I'll be covering it as we get into this. How much snow are we actually going to be getting? Are we going to be getting a foot? Are we looking at delays? What are we looking at? Watches and warnings, just like you guys said, there is a issue for warnings for lake effect snow, for wind gusts, and all of the above. And what's the rest of the week going to look like? We're going to kind of get into this a little bit. Right now, 35 degrees out, feels like 25 with that wind gust. We are expected maybe to see a wind chill warning come out here soon with the feeling of 25 degrees. We're having winds up to 12 to 15 miles per hour, which is obviously making it feel like 25 degrees. As we look into tonight, 95% chance of an umbrella overturn. Winds are definitely going to pick up. They're not going to get any lighter as we head into the rest of the week, with gusts up to 28 miles an hour to 36. Definitely very windy. Definitely need those hats and gloves. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that report, Caitlin. But now moving on, U.S. chip manufacturing giant Micron makes progress with their move to central New York. The Micron Community Engagement Committee, also known as the CEC, is inviting students from the region's universities and college to offer their input and perspectives.
Tuesday, November 28th from 7 to 8 p.m., the CEC will host a virtual discussion group to hear from students. Micron says they want to gather the surrounding area students' unique ideas to better understand how, as a company, they can help build a thriving community and what they can offer to encourage students to stay in the region post-graduation. If you're interested in participating in the Zoom event, you must register as soon as possible. The link to register can be found on www.oswego.edu under News and Announcements.
'Tis the season for Charles Dickens to come to Oswego with his classic hit, A Christmas Carol. This adaptation will be performed by the Oswego Players INC and will be held at the Little Theater on the Water. You can catch this performance the first 2 weekends of December with Friday and Saturday shows at 7:30 p.m. and the Sunday matinee at 2. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 for students and seniors.
The 10th annual Tithe My Shoes collection returns to Oswego County. On December 8th, people can drop off new or slightly used shoes or boots to various locations. They include specific locations in Oswego, Mexico, Phoenix, Pulaski, Fulton, Central Square, and SUNY Oswego's Marano Campus Center. After they are collected, they will be cleaned and repaired before being sent to the rescue mission. They will then be given to those in need.
As the holidays come closer, the chances of your packages being stolen grows. Packages that are left unattended when delivered are easy targets for theft. To reduce the chances of theft, you can choose a specific delivery date when you are home, provide instructions to the shipper so your packages are placed out of sight, install a security camera to monitor package, make an arrangement to deliver packages at your workplace, and monitor the tracking information on your packages.
If you're competitive with your Christmas lights or just like to drive around to view the light displays, listen up. Fulton's Christmas Porch Decorating Contest makes its return. Participants can register on the Special Events Committee or Fulton Parks and Recreation Facebook pages. They can also email their photos to specialeventsfultonny@gmail.com. Entries are due December 18th and voting runs from December 19th through the 22nd.
A local playwright has adapted a 100-year-old production, giving local children the chance to shine. Wayne Mosher's original adaptation of Babes in Toyland is a Christmas classic that will come to life in Fulton at the CNY Community Arts Center. Mosher says his play will accommodate a large cast of children to give everyone a part and a chance. Tickets to the production at the showtimes on screen can be purchased at the CNY Arts Center's website.
The mayor of Syracuse, Ben Walsh, says he wants to make housing more affordable for the town and has plans to improve the situation overall. City officials say that a housing trust could be enough to fund the building of new homes and let private landlords make improvements to existing housing. In terms of funding, a $5 million grant will be used that has already been awarded from last year's budget.
And still ahead tonight, SUNY Oswego's last flu vaccine clinic is coming up.
Plus, the Living Writers series closes out the semester with their last guest speaker.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10. My name is Caitlin Farrell and I'm going to be your meteorologist for tonight. So we are starting tonight off with some winter weather advisories and lake effect snow warning. We've been tracking this all day since Sunday. We are looking at the eastern counties of, we've got Jefferson and Lewis, we've got Oswego, and even down to Syracuse. We are definitely seeing a bit of lake effect snow, as well as we are seeing some winter weather advisory in the center to southern part of the country. Of the state, and some more lake effect snow as we head towards Buffalo. So looking ahead at this surface map, this front came through already and brought us that snow and gravel that we saw today, along with this cold front bringing in cold weather and winds. This front is expected to hit us about Wednesday, bringing in more snow and more cold air. It will bring a lot more snow, precipitation, and so on and so forth. So the snowfall tonight, this is what people want to know the most. So around the entire state, we're seeing mainly a trace to an inch, not much going on in the southern center of the country and more towards Rochester. Southern of Rochester, we've got 1 to 3 inches. South of Hamilton, we've got 1 to 3 inches, and more of the northern central part, we've got 1 to 3 inches of snow. The heavy parts towards Tug Hill, we got 3 to 6 inches of snow, and towards the top of Oswego County and part of Lewis County, we have 6 to 12 inches of snow. We are expected to see a bunch more. There might even be a chance for more than a foot of snow coming within that area. So, when we're going to be looking for snow and wind, black ice, lake effect snow, it is very important to know about the ice. It is definitely going to be impacting us a lot. So, snow, we're putting it about a 3. We're definitely going to be seeing a bunch of lake effect snow. Winds, black ice, and lake effect is definitely going to be where our target lands. Winds definitely going to be seeing up into the 30s, gusts up into the 50s, black ice. It's rained all day and snow starting to melt. We are definitely going to see that freeze as we go into the night. And lake effect as we are seeing bands come off Lake Erie and Lake Oneida. So, our coffee cast, definitely going to be an extra large for tomorrow. 23 in the morning, snow, definitely going to be watching out for that black ice as you go through the day. Daily planner, 31 degrees at 9 a.m. when classes start. We've got moderate to heavy snow, about maybe 1 inch to 3 inches. 1 p.m. and between that time, we'll definitely be seeing the winds and the snow amp up. 25 miles per hour, low of 29 happening. 5 p.m., 27, light snow. Definitely still going to be seeing that snow as we go through the rest of the workday, but won't be as intense as 1 p.m. So, to emphasis on all of this snow, it is important to know how to drive through it. So we've got your winter driving tips. Check your tire pressure. It is very important to know what the level of setting it is. Remove ice and snow. It is a danger to leave ice and snow on your car, not only for yourself, but also for other drivers around you, and avoid skidding. So, 7-day forecast. We're looking about 31 tomorrow, heavy snow. That's definitely going to be the bulk of where we're going to see those couple of inches come into play throughout the day. Low of 23, Wednesday, 33, light snow. We're starting to taper out as that front moves past us. Low 27, again, watch for that ice as we're way below freezing. Thursday and Friday is where we're definitely going to jump back up into the 40s. Definitely our best chance on Wednesday for sun. Low of 34. 41 Friday, wintry mix. Again, the ice is very important. So as we get into the weekend, we're definitely going to be seeing some higher numbers than average with some rain possible for wintry mix and a chance of rain still dipping into the below freezing. So watch out for ice. That is it. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Caitlin. So, SUNY Oswego sent out an email earlier announcing that Brightspace is now working on login issues this afternoon. At approximately 1:45, new Brightspace logins became unavailable. The issue was resolved around 2:50 p.m., and now all Brightspace logins should be working properly. Contact CTS with any questions.
Are you looking to get your flu or COVID vaccination? SUNY Oswego is hosting the last vaccine clinic of the year. The vaccine will be held from 10 to 3 in the Sweatman Gym. Patients must bring their insurance card. Walk-ins and appointments are accepted. The link to reserve a time can be found on the SUNY Oswego website.
And wrapping up the Fall's Living Writers series will be critically acclaimed writer and director Josh Aseng. He will attend a virtual discussion at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, November 29th. Aseng's own documentary, Manifest Destiny Jesus, screened internationally and was chosen as the winner of the Audience Choice Award at the DC Black Film Festival. So far, SUNY Oswego Living Writers series has featured 9 celebrated authors.
Moving on to national news, 48-year-old Jason Eaton has pleaded not guilty to attempted murder charges in the shooting of 3 Palestinian college students in Burlington, Vermont. Police say the suspect confronted the students and shot each of them before fleeing the scene. The case has garnered national attention and concerns about rising levels of hate crime since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. Gloria Pazmino has the details.
The suspected shooter was off the streets in less than 24 hours, and that we were able to announce the arrest of Jason Eaton just after midnight last night.
Fear turning to a sigh of relief in this Vermont community days after the arrest of a suspect in a shocking crime.
The Saturday evening shooting of 3 young Palestinian college students visiting Burlington on their holiday break was one of the most shocking and disturbing events in this city's history.
48-year-old Jason Eaton appeared in court Monday. He pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of attempted murder in the second degree and is being held without bail. Police say Hisham Awartani, Kenan Abdulhamid, and Tassin Al-Famad were walking along a Burlington street Saturday night. 2 of the students were wearing traditional Palestinian scarves called keffiyehs and were speaking a mix of Arabic and English.
The young men were interviewed by detectives. They stated that the person had not made any comments to them and had merely approached them while they were walking down the street, essentially minding their own business.
All 3 of the students are hospitalized, 1 with a spinal injury. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Vermont and the Department of Justice are investigating whether the shooting may have been a hate crime.
The ATF and the FBI are investigating the tragic shooting of 3 men of Palestinian descent in Vermont. That investigation, including whether this is a hate crime, is ongoing.
Reporting in New York, I'm Gloria Pasmino.
All 11 hostages released by Hamas today are citizens of Israel and one other country. As part of the release, the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has been extended 2 days. Israeli officers say the agreement calls for Hamas to release 10 hostages each day. Israel thanked President Joe Biden for helping arrange the deal. Hamas has released 58 hostages over the past 3 days. In exchange, Israel freed 117 Palestinians from prison. More than 2/3 of the Palestinians proposed for release by Israel under the truce have not been convicted of any crimes. Most were arrested as children.
And when WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, find out why Honda is recalling hundreds of cars.
And the cold weather may cause a special kind of depression. Find out what the signs are after the break.
Dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Matthew,
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
It's a type of depression that can happen during changing seasons. Most of the time, those experiencing seasonal affective disorder feel it in the fall and winter. Some may not even know they have it. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has 5 signs of this disorder and how you can cope.
The weather is changing. The days feel shorter. It's colder, more dreary, and getting darker earlier. These can all be triggers for seasonal affective disorder.
And it occurs in 1 to 10% of Americans. It's more common amongst females and people who live in colder climates.
Psychologist Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says this disorder is caused by a shift in the seasons, which disrupts our circadian rhythms with less sun exposure.
This in turn interrupts our natural internal clock. As a result, there is a drop in serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that regulates our mood, as well as melatonin, which regulates sleep.
Albers says to watch out for 5 signs: feeling down or unmotivated, loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, shifts in appetite like eating more or craving carbohydrates, changes in sleep, usually sleeping too much, and loss of energy.
The symptoms are similar to depression, but they are much milder and they pass when the spring arrives.
Albers says light lamps can help. They mimic outdoor light. She recommends 20 minutes each morning. Since you're not getting as much vitamin D from the sun, eat foods rich in it. Albers suggests salmon, mushrooms, eggs, fortified bread, and milk. And finally, try cognitive behavioral therapy.
This will help to change some of the negative thoughts you're having during the winter months, as well as establish healthy routines around sleeping and eating.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Albert says if you're having trouble with daily routines because of seasonal affective disorder, it's a good time to reach out to a doctor or a mental health professional. Honda is recalling hundreds of thousands of vehicles due to an issue with seatbelts. The recall affects nearly 304,000 Honda Accords at the HRVS that were manufactured between October 4th of last year and October 14th of this year. Honda says the vehicles had missing pre-tensioner rivets. That is the part of the seatbelt that tightens and prevents occupants from flying forward in the event of a collision. Honda says the defective parts increase the risk of injury in a crash. Fortunately, the automaker says it has not received any reports of injuries or deaths as a result. Amazon has surpassed both UPS and FedEx in residential delivery. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. According to the documents viewed by the Journal, Amazon had already delivered more than 4.8 billion packages in the U.S. before Thanksgiving. And Amazon believes that number will jump to around 5.9 billion by the end of the year. The Wall Street Journal says that as Amazon has surpassed both companies on residential delivery, it hasn't yet on a global scale. The U.S. Postal Service remains the top parcel service by volume.
Coming up in sports, we have Zach Malamud. Zach, can you give us a quick preview?
Yeah, thanks, guys. A tough weekend for both Oswego hockey teams. Plus, did Syracuse get a spot in a bowl game? Stay tuned to find out after the break.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la.
Breathe.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Zach Malamud with your Monday Night Sports Report. Starting on the ice, a tough weekend to swallow for the Oswego State men's hockey team as they traveled east to Utica for 2 games in the Utica Thanksgiving Showcase. The Lakers took on Elmira College on Friday, and it was the Soaring Eagles who soared in this one with a 7-1 victory. On Saturday, the Lakers looked for a bounce back against St. John's University, but it was the Johnnies who pulled off the upset in a 4-2 win. The Lakers now shift their focus to a trip to North Country this weekend with Potsdam and Plattsburgh on the calendar. Keeping things on the ice, the Oswego State women's hockey team had a tough weekend themselves in their annual doubleheader against Adrian College. The Lakers lost both games up in Michigan 2-1 on Friday and 1-0 on Saturday. The Lakers' lone goal went to junior Ashlyn McGrath, who leads the team with 5 lamplighters in 9 games. Just 1 game for the Lakers this weekend with a trip up to Potsdam on Friday. Taking a trip down 481, it's bowl season again for the Syracuse Orange, as for the 2nd consecutive year, they finished with 6 wins. Syracuse edged by Wake Forest in a 35-31 thriller at the Dome on Saturday. Orange quarterback Garrett Schrader accounted for 4 total touchdowns on the afternoon. Now the focus shifts to this Sunday, December 3rd, where Syracuse will find out their bowl game. Staying on the gridiron, the Buffalo Bills took a tough loss yesterday in a down-to-the-wire matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles overcame a 10-point halftime deficit in a 37-34 overtime win to drop Buffalo to 6-6. Quarterback Jalen Hurts was the hero once again for Philly with a 12-yard run to walk it off and send the Link into mayhem. For Buffalo, it's a much-needed bye week before December 10th showdown with the AFC-leading Kansas City Chiefs. Now let's take things to MetLife Stadium as the Patriots take on the Giants. And in this one, we'll start off with the Patriots as in the second quarter, Pats have 3rd and 4. Mac Jones gets some pressure, throws it right into the hands of Bobby Okereke. He returns his 58 yards the other way. Jones' 12th pick of the season, and that was just the start of this defensive battle. Just a couple minutes later, the Giants are in the red zone. 3rd and 10. Tommy DeVito drops back, throws left. He's got Isaiah Hodgins. Gives a mean stiff arm to Jonathan Jones and dives into the end zone. Giants take a 7-0 lead, and it's Hodgins' second touchdown on the year. In the third quarter, Patriots looking for an answer. 1st and goal handoff. Ramondre Stevenson powers his way into the end zone. Just like that, Patriots are back in it. We move to the fourth. 4th down for the Giants. New kicker, no problem. Randy Bullock from 42 yards out, slots it through. Giants take a 10-7 lead. Just 6 seconds to go. Patriots with a chance to tie it. Chad Ryland from 34 yards out, and he somehow shanks it as the Patriots fall to 2-9. Giants' second straight win, and they take this one 10-7.
Wow, what a weekend in sports. But after the break, stick around because Merriam-Webster Dictionary just announced the 2023 Word of the Year. After this break.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Well, Merriam-Webster has announced that this year's word of the year is authentic.
The online dictionary says there has always been a high volume of searches for the word for years, but this was a substantial increase in the past 3.
Some of the meanings of authentic include not false or imitation and true to one's own personality or character.
Other words for the year include deepfake, coronation, dystopian, and Riz.
What an interesting list.
That's really an interesting list.
Do you guys have like words of the year?
Sure.
I don't know if we have time for that, unfortunately. We do have to wrap up news. I've been Matt Bly. And this is my crew.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to episode 3 of Perspective Entertainment, the newest Black Center entertainment-based show. I'm your host, Paris, and in the far end, of course, I have my beautiful co-host.
Hi, guys. It's her lab.
Now, today, as you can see, we don't have one. We got 2 special guests for the show today. Now, these guests, you feel me, are considered the life of the party. So, you know, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Kibe, why don't you go first, man?
Hello, my name is Kibe, and I'm a party promoter, and my party name is Key Money Production. So I like organizing events, and yeah.
Love to have you here, man.
Thank you, thank you.
How you doing? My name is Precious, aka PX Visions. Yeah, I'm a party promoter as well. However, it's not just parties I organize. I throw different type of events. It could be small gatherings, big gatherings, mature adult gatherings, any type of event. Just let me know. We could throw it. I could plan it out, include you in it, all types of stuff.
Now, that's what they're saying. She can include you in it, so hit her up, as you can see. So what I want to know is, like, of course we both have you here today. So, like, why did y'all start being, you know, party planners?
Want to go first?
Well, for me, since young, I was always an active person. I was never gonna sit down, to be honest. And when I came to college, I noticed it was a repetitive type of routine I did. Go to school, came back to the crib, and just chilling. I'm like, let's do a vibe, let's do something. So yeah, I threw a party with Kiwe, and after that, I was like, I might as well just start throwing parties and different events, because it's really simple, so.
What about you, man?
For me, I would say it goes way back, to be honest. I started throwing parties 2 years ago. So I was in OCC, which is Underdog Community College. This was my college before I came to Oswego. And it was just a community college. It was so small, and it was just boring all the time. You know, it was nothing to do. People always wondering what's going on. And anytime we had a chance to go to a party, people always trying to tell us we can't go into parties and whatever. So I decided to just throw my birthday party, which was my first birthday, which was my first birthday party basically. So that party went crazy. I'm talking about everybody was outside and everybody appreciated me. And since then, it just became a norm. Like everybody kept asking, when is the next party? When is the next party? I'm like, why not, you know? So it just kept going and going after that, you know? And I learned a lot of things of it, and I made a lot of connections with other people. So I could say, like, it's going pretty well so far, you know?
All right. So cutting the Precious, how, like, what's your name is PX Visions, right?
Yes.
So can you tell me us a little bit about that?
Okay, the reason why I call myself PX Visions is, well, P is for Precious and my visions. Like, whenever I think of an event or something I want to do or create, I have a vision of it. I'm always just thinking of something. Like, last night, I'm like, let's do a girls' night. And I'm just, literally, last night in my head, I'm like, I want to throw a girls' night. And I'm just thinking of different things we're going to do in the girls' night, where the spot going to be, who's going to pull up, what the activities we're going to do. So I was like, PX Visions. Like, the visions I see is going to come to life.
I like that. Like, it's inspirational.
That's a banger.
Like,
I like that
I wouldn't
too.
even have that idea. But what are, like, the pros and cons of being, like, party planners or, like, activity planners?
Man, I could talk about this all day, but
Give us, like, three.
I'll give you 3, all right? But there's a lot of pros. I mean, some pros to it is that you make a lot of connections for sure.
Most definitely.
I know you can agree to that. And I'll say the money, most important thing, you know, little hustle, you know, side money. So can't complain about that. And most important thing, I'll say meeting new people, like just engaging with people and people respecting you and what you're doing, and just the appreciation of people just coming, getting out their bed and just coming to the party, you know, whether it's cold, hot, travel far or whatever, you know, all that, you know.
Do y'all
So
consider this like not a full-time job, but do y'all consider this like your main source of income, or do y'all still have like a side thing on the side?
Like a side hustle.
Yeah. Or is this the side hustle?
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is
Yeah.
my side hustle.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. It started off with a side hustle at first, but I don't know, it became a part of me some way, somehow, you know? Because I told myself I wanted to stop, like, during, like, leaving OCC or whatever, but it just kept piling up of new people wanting me to throw parties or whatever, you know? So I would say it is a side hustle to me, but at the same time, I have an end goal, which is having my own club one day, so, yeah.
And you will have it.
Thank you,
Must
thank
have
you.
it.
With that note, we'll be right back. Make sure you come back, because we're going to start digging way deeper into the party scenes. You feel me? We'll be back.
Let's go.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Hey guys, and we're back. So how we were just speaking to Precious and Kibe about how they just started, we want to speak to them about the connections that you guys made.
Before we do all that, we do have a small little video to share of Kibe and his, his birthday party that he was talking about. Just a little bit.
A little pop off.
Whenever that video cues, we'll be ready for that.
You know the vibes. It's Kibe birthday bash. Y'all already know we received them. Say happy birthday, Kibe. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Kibe.
Happy birthday, Kibe. That's happy birthday, Kibe.
Happy birthday, Kibe. Yeah, come on.
Happy birthday, Kibe. Hey. Happy birthday, my boy. Happy more, shorty. Bye, man. Happy birthday, Kibe. You know we on it. We'll be on the phone with it.
I'm in the crib right now. I just got ready. I'm waiting for my Uber, man. Alright. You know they in there. Come on, man. Nah, we gonna be lit today though, for sure. I'm gonna catch y'all there, you heard? All right. Hello? Yeah, where the Uber at? Oh, it's coming right now? Supposed to be outside? All right. Damn.
Hold on. So the ending of that video, bro.
Alright, go.
You gotta, like, is there a
You gotta
part two
explain
already?
that.
It's not a part 2, but it's just a little entertainment
I mean,
purposes, you know?
Even if it is entertainment, I'm glad you're here. You're not in the back of that
for
trunk
sure.
still, you feel me?
For
So,
sure.
yikes.
How long were you in there for? Be honest.
Sure. I mean, I was in there for a little bit, but they almost
Like-
killed me because they was driving so fast. But
Oh, so you was really in there the whole time?
Yes, I was.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was just for like entertainment purposes
they actually
only.
drove off and they hit a bump, and that's when I went up. I was like, oh my God, my head.
At that point, I would be like, hold up, bro. Cut the cameras, yo. Cut
Brakes,
the cameras.
brakes.
That was crazy, man. But you know, I'd do anything for the you know, for my party, you know, my promoting business.
Do you want to shout out anybody who made the, you know, editing
Yeah,
videos?
I like to shout out AZK, you know, and I like to shout out Macaw, Ibra, and who else? I forgot, but thank y'all for making this video happen, you know. So
I'm not gonna lie, that was a banger. You feel me?
Thank you.
Is that like, do you think that's like a good representation of what Key Money Productions is?
I mean, I'll say yeah, for sure, because this is all my ideas, you know? This is me being creative and just showing people that we could have fun without no problems, you know? So, yeah.
Right now, I got a picture or a video of, you know, Precious's parties.
I'm gonna
huh?
be honest. We be wildin', like we be.
What party was that from?
That was actually my first party. It was for Ozfest after party. I don't know. All I know is that everyone gathered together and we was lit. Very legendary party, I'd say. That was spring semester. And then
Now,
this
the
party
audio on that was pretty funny. I'm pretty sure. I'm Jamaican. I know how to bachata. That was mad funny.
Yeah, I also that was my entrepreneurial pool party. Many different influencers, content creators, artists, DJs, whoever you are, what type of business you are, they pulled up and we all just connected, chatted about what we did, how we grew, and like ways in improving. So yeah.
Nah, just watching bro dance. Watching bro dance. He was T.
Precious.
Yeah.
So I remember the Ozfest. Was it you two that did the party together? Or
Yes, it was.
So I remember that I came, right? And I remember that.
You was there?
Yeah, of course. I had to support my friend. Hello. Right? Hello. But I remember that once y'all did it, y'all had like a promoters group chat. Right? And I remember that y'all had this party, y'all was like planning, y'all wanted like everybody to promote. So I remember when I went, like I was like, damn, this is packed. I saw all these people here for y'all. Like, how did y'all feel when y'all saw like all these people outside, like all these connections coming like to Ozfest after party? How did y'all feel? Like, did y'all feel like it was way more than what y'all expected? Because I remember that even people were outside. I remember
they were trying to get in.
Out. You was like, nah. Precious was here, like, pay up.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I was happy. I was excited and happy. I was like, all y'all popped out. When I see people coming in the door, I'm like, oh, you actually popped out. And people that actually stay inside, you hardly see them on campus. They actually come, and I love that because I really want people to really have a vibe, like a memory, something to really enjoy and have fun for. Not no like random, boring something, like something to actually have fun for. So I was happy that a lot of people came outside. Like they was like squeezing into the house.
They
I loved it. I was like, as long as y'all have fun.
Kibe, do you ever like having a part of, you know, your business where it's like you meet so many people that like you just have so many sources of income coming in, with like chances and opportunities and stuff like that?
Yes, this is actually the promoting business. Like it's so much stuff that's going on that sometimes it's really, really hard to like keep up with people. You know, sometimes like you save so much numbers and all this stuff, and you just don't know who they are when they call at one point, you know? So it is a lot. It is a lot for sure, so.
Do y'all ever, I'm pretty sure y'all threw a party together. Like, how was that planning process?
Let me take this, all right?
Well,
you know, so I started, like, I was thinking about the party. I was thinking about throwing the event already after the after party for Ozfest or whatever, and I knew Precious already, but she was serious about throwing parties or whatever. You know, she wanted to start up. You know, so I actually hit her up like, "Yo, let's do this together." You know, and she's a very outspoken person. She loves interacting with people, connecting with people. She's very kind too. You know, so I was like, why we don't just start up with this, you know? So it just became a banger. That's all I could say. You could continue on, but it was great, you know? It was great.
Like you said.
Yeah.
I love the kindness that y'all have together, so we're gonna have a little bit more kindness once we come back from the break. You feel me? Oh.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep. 10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin.
Hi guys, welcome back. So, I have a question for you guys.
Straight into it.
You have something to ask the Confessions parents?
You got it. You got it. Go ahead.
So, hardship, right?
Mhm.
Like, what, there was times that, like, y'all had moments that, like, y'all didn't want to do it anymore, like, hard times where, like, basically, let's say, for an example, like, you start overthinking, like, damn, it's actually getting too overwhelming. Damn, I can't balance. Like, how do you guys balance, like, everything out?
I mean, with balancing out and hardship or whatever, so as many times where like people was hating, you know, telling me, oh, don't do it no more, or just me just thinking about people and what they saying or whatever. And that was one of the hardest things that I had to go through because, you know, I care about what people think. And in this business, you got to care about what people think because they are the one that's coming to your event, you know? Mm-hmm. But it came to a point where I had to look back and say to myself, like, I started this because I wanted to have fun by myself with the people around me. So why do I care about what other people that I don't know think, you know? So that's what kept me going, and that's what kept me motivated to keep going, basically. So, yeah.
I want to actually tell y'all a story. So, well, for me, I feel like one of my main hardships that really like stuck to me to like never give up was I had a city party, and like in the beginning it didn't go well, but it came out a blast. But Kibe reminded me that I shouldn't like bring my emotions to the business aspect. Always keep it separate. Never bring them together, because you're just not gonna end up being successful. You always have to separate your emotions from business, and I always keep that in the back of my head whenever I'm working with people, throwing a party, or just anything related to my business. I always keep it strictly business and never add my emotions to it, because not everyone's gonna agree with you with what you want. A lot of people did not agree with the visions I try to bring out, but I always made it work at the end, because I never brought my. Although it gets annoying at times, but I'm like, you know what? I bet I'm gonna keep it pushing. But yeah, I feel like just keep your emotions aside.
So, like, I know y'all both in school, so how do y'all, like, plan these parties and go throughout the whole week, and then have, like, on the weekends, just, even if y'all don't have a party on the weekends, like, what's the day-to-day life with planning these parties?
That's a whole nother story, I'm not gonna lie. That's a whole nother story. But, I mean, right now, I'm in school, and I work at an internship right now, and I throw parties. So balancing out those is the hardest thing, but you know, this is something I want, and I'm gonna do it regardless, you know. But
so just gonna do it just because you want to.
So
push through it.
It is hard. I could get into details with it, but I just do it, you know. So
I feel like you just gotta make it work. If you really want to do something, you gotta make it work. When I started throwing my parties, I just made a routine. Yeah. I'm not going outside to like get that work done. And I have this hard class that be blowing minds, but I still get it done before I go outside, because I know that I'm gonna be outside getting lit. But in the back of my head, I didn't finish that assignment. I don't like to feel that way.
So I know that you say you do other things and you got all these hardships and stuff. Like, I know you do a little bit of yoga too. You feel me? I know you do a little bit of yoga. So can you like put us on about that a little bit?
Well, like I said before, my PX Visions is not just partying. I like to do different type of events. So the other week I organized a yoga event, and a couple of people joined me. And well, last semester I was struggling a little bit in school, and yoga was my piece. So I wanted to present that and display to different people. So I got me mats, went to the back of the nursing, the Mary Walker, and I set the mats out and did yoga. However, my therapist came and a couple of my friends came, which shout out to Leslie, and yes, I was just happy that they came because we did different stretches. They said that they loved the affirmations. We did affirmations, stretches. I feel like I wanted it to be like a sensory type of detail, because you can notice the water, the trees, the grass, freshly cut, literally nature itself. That was the goal of this event exactly, because we're breathing in the nature that we never notice from our day-to-day life, and it was just a way to de-stress, think about ourselves, just give time to ourselves. So yeah, I'll soon do more. Don't worry. That was just the beginning to see how it plays out, which was beautiful.
This is going to be a deep question, but what type of what do you guys want to leave behind in Oswego with what you guys do?
For me, what I want to leave behind is be yourself and be a vibe. Like, don't worry about people. I stopped caring about what people think. I'm like, okay, but I'm still gonna do me. I'm still gonna do what I wanna do. Like, just be you, be a vibe, and find yourself, because you're gonna need to find yourself before you really stay in college. You cannot be in college and be lost. Like, that's just crazy to me. You have to find yourself sooner or later, and this is the perfect time to find yourself, because why not?
I mean, simply I'll say, I agree with her. Find yourself, and also just be an example. You know, don't don't try to follow other people, and just make your own path. It's college. Have fun. Be your own self.
So when you say make your own path, Kibe, I know that you had like your first big breakout moment. Like you had like a few artists and all that other stuff going on. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I had a big event with Dusty Locane. He's a rapper, a drill artist. Yeah. So that was my biggest event, and that was my biggest show. That's when all the connections started coming in after that event. So it was 700 people capacity, and it was a great event. So
how long ago was this?
This was like a year ago, 2 years ago actually. So this is when I started. So I'm the type of guy, I like to go big, you know. When I first started, I was just going big and big, you know. But there's a lot of bad things that comes with that, as of you missing a step and you missing like learning steps of like becoming the person you want to become or whatever, or be like a promoter. So I had to dial down a little bit and get back to like focusing up, and now I'm like messing up events, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of learning skills that I learned when it came to that or whatever. But yeah, that event went great, and yeah, basically.
When was like y'all breakthrough moment where y'all realized that this is what I want to be doing?
It was Ozfest after party, because I noticed I'm a very social person and I love to connect, meet different people, be lit, be outside. And I was like, let me just keep on doing it, because not a lot of people actually want to take the step to actually do something. So I took the step and did something. And after that, ever since then, I've just been throwing parties back to back, just different little vibes. It doesn't have to always be a party, for sure, but just something to do during the weekends. Y'all know how Oswego be, that's all I'm saying.
So why would people want to go to y'all parties? You know, like what is so different about you guys' parties compared to everybody else's? Like what sets y'all apart?
Man, it's Key Money Production, man. What type of question is that, sir?
Simple answer. Simple answer right there.
No, but I mean, I could say my events, I would say is different from other parties, because I'm not gonna say it's different, but because we are all doing the same thing. But I like to, you know, give it like a little spice to it. Give a little spice to it, basically. So usually I switch it up with different things, as of having an artist come in, like local artists that never had a chance to like perform, you know, in front of a crowd, or would never thought they would have a chance, you know. So I usually just tell them to come, you know, just text them on Instagram or something, tell them, yo, come and, you know, perform, you know. And I don't charge them anything. I just want them to have that opportunity, you know. So I just give them that little exposure of, and that feeling and excitement of what they want to do and what they're doing already, you know. So yeah, that's one thing. Another thing I could say is just good vibes, you know. I make sure I give people security at my parties and just enjoy themselves. So yeah.
What about you, Precious? Like, why would people want to come to your parties?
I feel like people would want to come to my parties because the goal is just to have fun, not to feel uncomfortable, not to feel like, oh, she's being weird, he's being weird. I just want everyone to feel comfortable, to have fun, and just be themselves. Like, people like, with my parties, I just feel like I've always try to do different creative things, like different challenges, bring artists, because there's a lot of artists and singers out here. I even try to bring other DJs outside of our regular DJs in Oswego, but I just feel like it's just a vibe with me, so I expect people to come, and whoever want to come, comes.
Well, I hate to wrap it up, but we are running out of time, so thank you for, you guys for popping out to the show today.
Thank you.
You feel me? Make sure you follow us on Instagram at PerspectiveENT. Don't forget to change your perspective. See y'all next time.
Thank you.
Okay. Ready?
Welcome to Off the Clock.
We did not get it right this time.
But it was better. There was an improvement.
A little bit.
Decided improvement.
But it's the last time it'll be the three of
Get
us
with the
doing
program,
it.
girl.
But it's a sad day, guys.
Shall we
It's
not
my
address
last
our fourth
episode.
member?
I know, we're going to. Okay, good. Natalie, would you like to introduce
Hi.
yourself?
Hi, guys. Long time no see. I feel like I'm home. Not really, but like it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back. How have y'all been?
Great.
Yeah.
You've been watching Off the Clock?
Where have I been?
Yeah.
This is awkward. This is really awkward. I've
tell the
been
truth.
seeing someone else.
Oh no, you're cheating on Off the Clock?
Nightly news.
With nightly news.
Oh, get out. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not you.
I think we're gonna have to fight.
Can we do it later?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I've been doing more newsy things this semester, but it's nice to be back with the girls.
Exactly.
Right.
Senior week special.
Yeah, I had to for Steph's last show.
Yeah.
Which we didn't talk about yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I cut her off. My bad.
Normal show. I cut each other off. I do it all the time too. All right. But yeah, it's my last episode here and my last time being on air here, so.
No!
So it's a sad episode, but we're still going to have a good show today, guys, so don't worry about it. So, what do we have next, guys?
Oh, well, you're talking about
we
me
already
again,
introed
no
you.
Well, we
problem.
introed Natalie. Scroll a little faster, a little bit. Keep going, keep going.
So yeah, like Steph said, and we said, it's her last show, which means we have some surprises for her. Not yet, later, coming up. So Maddie, Cece, can you give me like a little preview? Don't give it away, just a little something.
Cupcake, picture, bag,
wow,
card.
You know, I do think you're giving it away.
I think you did give away the whole thing.
Dignity.
Me use less
dignity?
Yeah. What else?
I think you covered all of them.
I think, yeah.
I think if you say any more, we're going to give away the whole
love and support.
That's true. These are all things we put in the bag.
In the bag?
The dignity is on the bottom.
Yes.
Dignity in there, good.
What does dignity look like? I've never seen it before.
Girl, the diploma.
Oh,
okay, all right, that's enough. That's enough. We'll save it.
All right.
So first, Maddie, I believe this is your job.
This is my part, but this is also the end of the semester. Steph's last show. So you're going to do the fit check first.
Oh my god.
And you get to say it.
Okay, I get to go first. So, guys, it's time for Maddie's favorite part of the show. Mike, come on. It's time for the fit check. All right.
Yay!
I get to go first today, guys. Exciting, right? So, I honestly don't know where my sweater's from, but it's from somewhere. Probably American Eagle. All my clothes are from American Eagle.
I see the tag. Yep.
Is it from
There's
American
an
Eagle?
eagle on the sleeve.
On the sleeve. Perfect. And then I have my Levi jeans again, and then my Nike blazers. No, not blazers. I forgot my blazers at home. And my Nikes on. Yep.
Okay, is it my turn now?
Would you like to go now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we're back. I don't know where I got my shirt from. This is a bad start. I don't know where I got any of this. I think the leggings are Aerie. The shoes, I want to say they're DSW, but they're by Reebok. And then the earrings are the second pair I ever got. We're not in the handheld.
Ever?
Hello.
When did you get your ears pierced?
Like 4th grade.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so it's been a hot minute. But
Wow.
They're just like little gold balls.
Oh, cute.
They're kind of nice, actually. It's very simple.
Very nice.
I like it.
Thank you.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you could go first.
Oh, me? All right. Well, we're not working with much today. It is finals week, and this is what you get, guys. I'm wearing not sweatpants. That should be enough. I think my friend's mom got me these pants, to be honest. Thank you, Shannon.
They're like cute.
And this shirt says Oswego. I got it from Cortland, and this is my mom's jacket. Thank you, Mom.
Wait.
I went right over your guys'
Oh, we did not. No, we were just.
You got your Oswego shirt from Cortland.
Yeah.
Huh?
They sell that over there?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why? Why are they making money off our school?
They're not.
You were being very cryptic, but okay.
Okay.
Well,
we won't press that issue further.
Oh, no. She got from Oswego.
There you go.
On the chair.
It's okay. Slight
Okay,
injury.
y'all. So, Oswego Pom Pom. Get it right. We got the Converse, the typical ones. American Eagle. Mom's gift.
Aw.
We love mums.
Mommy.
H&M, I think. And extensions from the beauty supply store.
Ooh.
Yes.
Bro, where's love?
Love
You
it.
lost your arm to your chair.
Oh, it's okay. That's the other one's gonna go, so I'm
Oh
gonna
my
hold that
gosh.
back.
That's the broken
That chair has been a safety hazard
This
for
is
like,
like look at the legs too.
she's
It's like
sinking.
leaning
It's like
backwards. Oh
Bro,
my.
if I fall,
If
bro.
you fall, I'll catch you.
She makes it through the end of the show.
Thumbnail.
It'll be okay.
oh my god.
Actually, that would be really good.
We like our news desk always almost broken, like always.
I think it's more than almost broken.
Yeah. So like every night it's like, will it stand? Who knows? Who knows?
And last night I anchored and I was hoping that would be
Yeah.
the night it fell. But
Yeah.
it did not. We still have the desk, guys. But since it's the end of the semester, we're going to do a little semester recap. So what everyone wants to tell us, like what your best part of the semester at the studio and outside of the studio has been.
Are we starting with?
You start.
You can start.
You start. I need to think a little.
Okay. Best part of I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna start with the studio first. I think the very first vlog we did was like really nice.
Yeah,
Even though
that's
like I
true.
like the other ones, like the apple farm, and what else did we do? Damn, I forgot. I edited all of these.
We did thrifting, apple farm.
Thrifting was the first one. I like that one.
There was another one. Cooking.
Yeah. And the brownies. But yeah, I like the vlogs that we do. It was pretty fun, and I enjoyed myself. And I like shopping with Steph and Maddie. It was pretty cool. Outside of the studio, I think I just like filming my own films and editing, and I really enjoyed this semester. I should have all A's. I'm looking at you, Professor.
Whoa.
So yeah, I should have all A's. Yeah. So
What films have you made this semester?
let's see. I made a short trailer. I made like a few like, is it 30-second to 1 minute films for like my intro to cinema, and then a few other stuff. Just a bunch.
Very nice.
But yeah, and like outside of class as well. So it's just a lot. But I'm getting my portfolio up.
I mean, you edit all of our vlogs and they
She
always
does.
turn out amazing. So,
Yeah.
that's
So
pretty
props to
cool.
Cece. Everyone shake their pom poms in honor of Cece. Yes. Okay.
Maddie, you want to go?
Yeah, I guess so. I hate thinking. I see the Zoom for the thinking. Thank you. I appreciate that. In the studio, honestly, I kind of have to agree with you. It's the vlogs. I feel like it's not very original, but at the same time, like, just being able to get out of the studio and pulling those experiences into the show has been wonderful.
Stephanie makes me laugh all the time.
Yeah, Stephanie is. Okay, my favorite moment was when you fell over just like in the backseat of Steph's car
Oh
and
my
then strapped
God.
yourself in like you were in
Oh
a
my
race car.
Mm-hmm. My driving's great,
You might as well
guys.
be in a
It's
race
great.
car if
It's
you're in
okay.
her car.
You know, and that's the fun of it.
You've all drove with me
That's
before,
half the fun.
Okay.
And then out of studio.
You're scared to drive with me or something?
No.
I thought you drove all day today.
Yep.
One of my roommates always shouts, "Jesus, take the wheel" when I'm driving. If it makes
Yeah.
you feel any better. So
I should start doing that. That sounds
you should.
good.
It's quite fun. It's quite fun. Let's see. Out of the semester, favorite memory. I got to take a tour of Turning Stone. That was very fun a couple weeks ago. Yeah, and it was like an event planning thing. And I feel like that's my most fun recent memory. Because we got to we literally got to go inside like all the restaurants. We get to see the behind the scenes of like how everything worked. I was just so impressed at how they don't get lost. Because if you guys ever like been there? No? Okay, literally the most massive casino ever.
I've heard.
Yeah. You will get lost. Erin's nodding. You've been there. You will get lost. We had like a tour guide, and she's like, it took 3 weeks for me to actually figure out where I was going.
Ugh.
So, but it was very fun to tour it and see behind the scenes. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Steph, do you want to go?
Okay, my turn. My favorite part in the studio is probably like just like before and after the shows. We always like just have so much fun with playing music and
Oh my
everything.
God, I forgot about that.
Like even
Oh
with
my
news
gosh,
and stuff,
yeah.
before news, there's always music playing, and it's just always so much fun to be here. Everyone's laughing, always smiles, seeing the dimples. And that's definitely probably one of my favorite parts of being at the studio. And then out of the studio, hanging out with everyone from the studio. Don't do much outside of the studio,
This girl is a
apparently.
workaholic for real.
Yeah, no, I'm here most of my time, so.
Yay.
Yeah.
We appreciate everything you do
We
for
do.
us.
You do so much.
Thank you.
It's my turn.
Yep.
It is your turn.
Yes, Natalie.
My favorite part in the studio, I don't know. I've enjoyed news a lot this semester. Oh my gosh. I only EP'd one night, so it was less stressful. And I had 3 great EPs. Got Clarissa and Thomas. Love you girls. And I also got to interview Sean Evans. It was fun. I'm a
was
big
pretty
Hot Ones
iconic.
girly, so that was like actually thrilling for me because I love him.
Can you tell us a bit about that experience?
Oh,
Or are
yeah.
you like signing an NDA and like
No.
Okay.
It was like I was like representing like one person from each media org. Got to interview him on stage before the Jason like Wanzone's interview thing. So it was me for TOP, Kate Salamita for WNYO, and then Ben Diamond for the Oswegonian, and it was a great time. It was a little terrifying because it was in front of a lot of people, but I love Sean Evans, guys. It's not a lie. Like I introduced my whole house to Hot Ones in the fall. Anyways, that was fun.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was fun. And then out of the studio,
You have the same problem as me.
The switches are killing me. I don't know. You know what? I had a lot of fun with my friends. I had a fun time with my friends this semester, which I'm very grateful for. I know it sounds dumb, but I had so much fun with everyone, and got to have a lot of quality time with people. And I feel like I got a lot of confidence this semester. So. Thank you, Spring.
Yes.
As you should. As you should.
Oh,
live audience.
Oh my God.
Say
Hey,
hello,
guys.
everybody.
Hi, guys.
Yay.
They're very enthusiastic. They're
Everybody
so excited
settle
to be
down
here.
over there.
I'm so excited.
Calm down.
Calm down, guys. Over out there.
He's so invested in the show that he doesn't want to miss a single minute.
All right,
I'll
but
tell
that
him.
is all the time we have for right now. So we're gonna go to a quick break, and then we'll have the question of the day.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Back.
So embarrassing.
Wow, you caught us.
Yeah, welcome back to Off the Clock. Now it's time for our question of the day. Today's question is, if you had a whole day to do whatever you wanted, what would you do?
It's a deep question.
It's hard. There's so much.
I know exactly what I
Yeah.
would do.
What would you do?
I would have a 5-day meal, right?
Wait,
5-day meal?
Yeah.
5 course?
What does that mean?
5-day meal.
You would eat for 5 days.
So that means I'll have like a 3-course meal and then for 5 days worth.
Delish.
And then I would have a silk bed sheet on like a king bed with like a 55-inch TV in front of me. And then I'd have all my gaming systems because I have a Switch, I got a P4, and I got a Xbox. And then I'll play like, every game that I have.
That's
That
awesome.
sounds like
And then I'll
iconic.
probably read a book and go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It sounds
That's a
like
good ending.
day, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Anyone else know?
I would explore the Titanic.
Huh?
two really interesting things just happened.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Erin just appeared, and you would
Hello, Erin.
explore the Titanic.
I would explore the Titanic for the first part, and then I would get home, and I don't know what else I would do. What would I do?
That would just take you half the day.
Probably.
And then what else would you do?
I've invented time travel, obviously, because that's how I get to
Yes.
like.
Wonderful.
Or maybe not time travel. Maybe I can do teleporting and time travel, so I can go back to like 1912 on the boat before it sinks.
Why would you want that?
Because that's fun.
Okay.
And then you can compare it to the after when you come back and you go and explore the actual
wouldn't you
sunken
die?
Titanic. No, not on the day that you're like.
Oh,
you can just time travel right
oh.
off when you're done.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then that's the first half.
It's not what I expected.
No,
I don't know.
I did not
I
expect
think for the
that.
second half, I just watched some Netflix. Yes.
Well, Titanic.
I'd probably be tired. I think I'd be a little tired after that.
Maybe.
Just
a little.
Just a tad. It's fine.
But that's the day. I guess we're coming to me now. The camera decided for us.
The camera says it's Steph's turn.
Okay. But I think I would probably try and travel somewhere. Like, I wouldn't want to just stay home. I don't know where, but
Come
like,
with the
you can't
Titanic
get
with
all
me.
the way. I can't go to the Titanic with you. Well, you can't get like all the way to like Europe or anything in a day. So.
I invented
Time travel in
teleportation
yours.
and
so I would teleport around like everywhere. Maybe I'll go visit Scott in Australia.
There
I
you
just heard him
go.
over there say that.
Careful of the
So.
spiders. Heard those are
Yeah,
big.
I've heard that too. But
Good luck, Scott.
Erin.
that's probably what I would do. Just teleport around the world.
Well, I would do the opposite of Steph, and I would stay home for most of the day. Not all of it, but man, do I love my house. No, I'd be at home, but I would go to Uncommon Grounds, Saratoga Springs, best bagel and coffee you will ever have.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to be reunited with her.
518 Girlies Unite.
518 Girls,
Unite.
if you know, you know. 2, I would go home. I would stay there for a while. I would pet my dogs. Baxter, Seeger, love them. I'd pet my cat. His name is Toby. That would be awesome. Then maybe I'd see some friends.
Maybe.
I think maybe we'd go on a walk with the dogs and like all the friends could come. All the friends could come on the walk, bring your dogs. I think that would actually be a great time. And then at nighttime, I really like to cook. And I would make like, if I have time, I don't always have time to, but if I have time, I'll make like good pasta. And like
What
maybe
kind
some
of
chicken.
pasta?
I don't know.
Do
so
you
that's
do
the thing.
homemade pasta?
I can't make homemade pasta because I don't have a thing and I don't have the patience to like roll it myself.
I don't have a thing.
Fair.
I don't have
the
you know what I
thing.
mean?
I do not.
Like the thing.
The,
and,
the
like,
cranky
the thing. The
Yep.
thing.
The
I
thing.
don't have the
Yep.
thing.
The thing.
But I like to make homemade sauce.
Ooh,
With
that
like
sounds
vegetables
really
and
good.
stuff.
I'm
If I
coming to
have
your
time,
house.
I will do that.
Girl, send me
And
the
I will have
recipe.
some friends over and we'll eat the
Can you
pasta.
make us some pasta?
And
That
watch a
sounds
little
so
movie.
healthy. I love it.
We'll watch a little movie.
Watch Titanic.
It'll be a lovely little day.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
All right.
All right, keep going.
Would you like to?
Oh, it's my turn now. All right, so yes, this is senior week of productions for all of us here at WTOP. So the regular crew of girls were not all available. We have a lot of men here. Yay, thank you
What is
guys
this
for
show?
helping.
It is
Thanks,
the
men.
all women's
Yeah.
All women
cast.
plus a few men.
Yeah, men.
in the back.
Shut up.
Charlie.
And we have a
Just
python in the
pretend
audience.
girls.
Yep.
There's
But we,
Turd,
no,
Zach.
seriously, like,
it's
it's finals week,
we got
and we appreciate everyone who came, like, so much because everyone is busy, everyone has things to do, but you came to help us, yay, and we wouldn't be able to do this without any help. So, but typically during the semester and last semester, this is a all-women's production, and since it's the last show of season 2, I want to talk about why you guys think it's important to have an all-women's show and what you like about it. So, Steph, let's start with you since you're leaving, you're skipping town.
As you can see with our crew here, it's very male-dominated broadcasting, I feel like. So it's a good time to have like a bunch of women. I'm sorry, I was just watching Garrett take the camera.
Zooming in on all the men right now.
Ah!
Zooming in on the men here. Okay. But yes, Long Island Python.
Hey, back here,
Back over here, we're talking.
Come on, we're talking here.
We're talking.
There we go.
No, but it is very male dominated, so it's good to get a bunch of girls like into this and just into broadcasting and wanting to learn more about it, I think. And even with the sports broadcasting, because that has always been a lot of guys. So now we have started to get more of the girls into it, and I think that's really important. So
I agree. And that's like no shade. Like
No.
there's just a lot of guys
Yeah.
here. Like they're great. I think that we have a lot of great people here. There's just it can be
Definitely.
intimidating, especially to younger girls, girls who aren't that confident, girls who have had bad experiences in like male dominated spaces in the past. So I think this is important to bring girls in and be like, it's fine, you don't have to be scared. Like you'll meet new people, like we're here to support you, get you more involved. If you want to do sports, then do sports. And I know I'm not usually here, but last semester I was here. So
Yes, snapping. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Ditto.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you
Sorry.
guys kind of covered all of it. You know, it's just
Yes.
important to have the representation.
And it also shows that, you know, us girls can be creative too.
That's right.
You guys talk about sports and baseballs and footballs and hockey
pythons.
sticks
And python. Although I do like a good python.
And what else do you guys talk about?
They talk about all kinds of things.
I don't know.
Come on.
But that's why it's important to
Basketball.
have our girls where we can talk about girl stuff and the girls don't have to be
Exactly.
afraid to like, join it.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah, it's a good place to, I think, start getting more involved in other things if you want, or just stay here. That's fine too. But if you want to try, like, I don't know, a sports production, do it. It's fun.
They are a lot of fun. All right, but I think that's all the time we have for in this block. So we'll be back after this break. Sorry, Cece. we're
Dude,
very
we
over.
go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
If we have time,
Mommy,
it's all
no.
good.
It's 10:30.
10:30.
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Up like throw it, not able to get on it. DiCarlo on the rebound. Alex DiCarlo.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Free.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Darlings, and welcome back to Off the Clock. We are heading into the final block of Steph's last episode ever. It's here. And we have a little surprise for her.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Cece, I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Pressure's on.
Let's take a
Camera's
look,
on.
guys. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at it.
Oh, it's me. I really hope you don't walk up to my car while I'm doing this, but I am going to miss you so much next semester. I keep looking to make sure you're not coming, but I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. You are one of my best friends and so dedicated to the studio. We are all gonna miss you so much. And I just know you're gonna do amazing things, and I can't wait to cheer you on. All right.
no. I think I'm stuck here, guys.
Hi. We're back.
Steph, we're gonna freaking miss you. Oh, that's so cute.
Okay, guys.
Don't drop it. Careful,
Okay,
careful,
close
careful.
it.
Oh,
Okay.
Garrett, come here. Look at the cake.
I'm just gonna come film the. Ready? Ready? Can you see it?
Congratulations.
Can you see it? There we go. It says congratulations, Stephanie. Love off the clock. Shout out to whoever was working at Walmart. She was great. Yes.
She gave us free
She was
decorations.
so great.
Did she
She gave us some
really?
decorations.
Aw, that's
I think.
so sweet.
I think she said it was supposed to be a secret, but it's on TV now. So sorry.
It's not a secret anymore.
It's not secret. She's great at her
Here's your
job.
gift. There's a few stuff in here. So you guys just yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just open it. Just
Thanks,
open
guys.
it.
Seems heavy.
Oh, litterer.
We got the picture, of course, of the crew. Aww, that's so cute.
The classic rite of passage when you
I
graduate
know.
from the
When
show.
we graduate from the show, you always get a picture of
You
the
do,
crew.
you do.
In a frame. I love it.
Shout out Jill.
Yeah. Who is she? Did she start that?
I don't know. I think
started
so.
that.
I
Oh,
think
that's
when we did it
another.
for Meg and Donna at the end of Sunnyside.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
when it
then you
started.
got your graduation picture.
We didn't have a picture of your face.
Who is that?
We're not sure. He's the stock photo.
It's a demo pic, okay?
He came with the frame. You
Yo,
can
no,
keep
when
it.
you get
Yeah.
your, your close-ups,
This guy, he graduated.
Seems like a sweetheart.
when you get
Congrats
your
to that guy.
close-ups,
He has
you
a
can put
lovely
your
smile.
picture in
He
there.
does. Very happy.
He looks
very
like
happy.
a very nice person.
Yes, he does. That's so funny. I love it. We'll update it. We'll update it.
We will.
Is there? Oh, there's a card in here too.
There's a card.
Drop that.
Oh, is there something else?
I thought. I don't know.
Is there something else in there?
I'm not sure. I can't remember at
Here,
this
you
point.
open the card. And
I think that might be it.
many things
But
did we get?
I think it might have just been the two.
You guys been busy all day.
Yes, rather. Nope, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Aww.
That's all.
And we got you a card too, but we forgot to sign
our
it,
card
so that's
will come
fine.
after.
We were a little busy.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
so cute. Thank you guys.
Of course, girly.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm out of here, guys.
Hope that was
See
good
ya.
enough.
But I did want to say something too, because this is my last time being on air here at WTOP, and it's really sad, honestly. Like, I've grown so much as a person here and met so many amazing people, and it's going to be really sad having to leave, because we're all graduating at some point, and a lot of us are graduating, and I'm going to miss all of you guys, and I'm so happy that I've been able to meet all of you guys and do this great show with all of you. Made some of my best friends here. It's just, miss
Don't
all
make me
of
cry.
you.
You'll be back. We can feature you on something.
We'll be back.
We'll be
Oh
back.
no!
I always just say that
Always
to.
does this.
Is she tired of the chair with the streamers, so she can't leave.
This does happen a lot.
I'll see you like a week after graduation. Taylor Swift, come on.
We're going to Taylor Swift.
All right, you got me back.
Yeah,
We're going to see Taylor Swift.
we are. We will be.
As you should.
Like
That's
a week
amazing.
after graduation.
It's fun,
Yeah.
guys.
Yes.
Love it.
I'll see you around.
No, but I am gonna miss all of you guys. It's gonna be sad.
Well, what about next semester when there's no Steph? What are you guys gonna do?
Well,
We're gonna thug it out, man. I don't know.
we'll figure it out.
You're
We,
gonna
yeah,
miss
should we?
Thug it out. That's
That's as far as we got.
That's all we got.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll probably be back. So we'll keep you posted. We got a social media, so like you can just
follow
it. You should follow it at. I think it's just off the clock
Yeah.
Oz.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
Off the
that
Clock.
should be it at off the clock Oz. So I'm just gonna look it up.
I'm not even writing what it's saying, but at off the
Follow
clock.
and
At off the clock.
find out what they're gonna be doing. for
Yeah,
next
find
season.
out. We'll have some great. We'll actually post pictures on there. We promise. I'm looking at the
Oh,
wrong
we can't
camera
forget the quote of the day.
That's
guys.
what I was gonna ask.
Oh my gosh, yes, quote of the day.
Even though Steph here, she's very smart. We obviously knew she was gonna graduate, but just remember, C's get degrees, and thug it out, y'all. Don't be slacking now.
That's
I'm talking to you in the back, and you in the back. Don't be slacking, but C's get degrees. Keep it pushing, and me and Maddie, we're gonna graduate in like 2024, so we got time.
We
but
got time.
yeah.
A little bit of time, not a lot of time, but we got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But thank you for watching this semester.
We love you guys.
And have a great semester.
Please come back for
And-
season 3 in the fall. We love
Yes.
you, and we can't wait to see you again with more
And one more
adventures.
shout out for Steph.
Come on, guys. Hug her.
Oh,
Come here.
hug on the bumpkin.
Oh,
Oh,
we're season 2.
well, Erin.
episode 8 of Stick to Sports. I'm Brian Burrows.
And I'm Ben Diamond. Today, we take a look at the College Football Conference Championships, the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL.
Roll it! The Buffalo Bills had a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. The Eagles then went on to score 17 points in the fourth, including the game-tying 59-yard field goal by Jake Elliott with 20 seconds to go to force overtime. The Bills got the ball first, but could only manage a field goal. The Eagles drove down the field, and Jalen Hurts ran in the game-winning touchdown from 12 yards out to improve the Eagles to 10-1 this season. Jalen Hurts had 3 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing. The Bills fall to 6-6. Ben, are the Bills making the playoffs this season?
This is such a scary situation for the Bills this season because realistically, they could finish the season 2-3. They face the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Dolphins at the end in their last stretch of games. That is going to be a gauntlet towards the end, especially being 500 right now, as you said, at 6-6. But even if they were to finish 8-9, I still feel like in the AFC they could still realistically end up making the playoffs, but they could also be on the outside looking in. It really depends on teams around them, like the Texans or the Chargers or some of these other teams that are kind of in the mix, that they're up and down. So really, it remains to be seen what this Bills team can do in these last few games, and if they could take at least one from the Chiefs, Cowboys, or Dolphins, maybe they could end up making the playoffs.
I agree. It's going to be very tight, but honestly, I'm out on the Bills at this point. I don't think they're making it. You mentioned the really tough schedule, but they did look good, though, and it might be a turnaround time for them. The firing of Ken Dorsey certainly helped them. The offense came alive. Over 500 yards. Josh Allen looked really good. 4 total touchdowns, but I do think it might be time for Sean McDermott to go. He just isn't the guy anymore. His culture was good, but without Brian Daboll, I don't think that offense and that team is going to work anymore. I think it's time for new blood in the coaching staff.
Yeah, I completely agree. I said something earlier on the radio. Sean McDermott, he might be the reason they don't have playoff success. So we'll have to see what they do later in the season and the offseason. But the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated their AFC North rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals, 16-10 after a tough 13-10 loss last week against the Cleveland Browns. With the win, the Steelers improved to 7-4, a tally no one could have imagined prior to the season. The Steelers' defense dominated the Joe Burrow-less Bengals, and the offense did just enough to get kicker Chris Boswell into field goal range. Wins like these against backup quarterbacks don't really inspire confidence in me personally, but do you think this Steelers team has a chance to really have success come playoff time?
I don't think so. Honestly, the team is good. They're playing well. Mike Tomlin's teams always play really well, and I think, like you saw a couple years ago when they were undefeated really late in the season, but then fell apart and the playoffs were just nothing. They're definitely looking at a wild card berth, probably the 5 or the 6 seed, but the division winners this year are going to be so good. The Ravens, Chiefs, Jags, Dolphins, I'd take them any day over the Steelers team. The defense is good. The offense is lacking, though the firing of Matt Canada certainly helped. They got over 400 yards of offense for the first time this season, and Najee finally looked really good. So there's a shot in the playoffs, but I don't like them. I think they're a first-round exit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as you said, like the first time getting 400 yards in a game, that's not a stat you like to hear as a Steelers fan, but still, they're 7-4. That's got to count for something. But also a stat I saw earlier today on social media, Tom Brady has more touchdown passes since week 4 of last year than Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, it's not.
That offense, it's not a sustainable winning offense. They will not win and have success in the playoffs if the offense is going to play like this. They only play the Ravens in Week 18. The Ravens are probably the best team they'll play down the stretch. So they could win about 4 more games and get to 11 wins in the season and could, make the playoffs and maybe have a little success.
No, I definitely agree. The Atlanta Falcons had been on a 3-game losing streak, but a big game against the rival Saints coming off a bye was all they needed to break it. With Desmond Ridder back under center, the Dirty Birds reclaimed the division lead with a 24-15 victory. The rushing game came alive for the Falcons with 223 yards. Bijan Robinson found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once through the air. The defense stepped up as well, with Jesse Bates having a 92-yard pick 6 in the first quarter. Although the Falcons are just 5-6, an easy division and an easy schedule may lead to a playoff berth. Ben, are the Falcons taking the NFC South this year?
I mean, I definitely think they can. This team, however, has been so hit or miss. You don't really know what Falcons team you're going to get is Arthur Smith going to give Bijan Robinson the football and let him do what he does? And as we saw, when he gets the ball, he can score. And, as you said, he did it twice in this one. But it's really whether or not Desmond Ridder and Arthur Smith are going to kick it into gear. Can Arthur Smith give the right play calls? Can Desmond Ridder really connect with his receivers and really make the right reads throughout the rest of the season? Because in this past game, he looked fantastic, or much better than he had in the past. As you said, an easier schedule. Panthers, Bears, Jets, and Saints in their final stretch. Really, really easy, and they could definitely win a few of those.
No, I agree. I think Desmond Ridder, he looked good. He still had 2 interceptions, but Arthur Smith has committed to him for the rest of the season. So he's going to need to step up if they want any success for the rest of the year. They also seem to use their playmakers more. I mentioned the 2 touchdowns from Bijan Robinson. Drake London had over 90 yards, and Kyle Pitts was the second leading receiver. Though it was only like 3 catches, but not a passing offense. Tyler Algier also looks really good. So the playmakers are going to need to step up, and they're going to need to feed them.
I agree. And in improbable fashion, the Denver Broncos find themselves in the midst of a 5-game winning streak after their victory over the Cleveland Browns. It looked bleak early in the season for this Broncos team, as the beginning of the Sean Payton era in Denver was highlighted by a 70-20 loss to the Dolphins. But now, the Broncos find themselves in the hunt for a playoff spot. Brian, what can this Broncos team attribute their success to this season?
I think it took Sean Payton a couple weeks to figure out Russell Wilson. I mean, I think more than a couple weeks. But they're finally working well together. That scheme finally is working for Russ. Russ has looked so good the last couple weeks, including in this one. His passing game, he's mobile. He's looking mobile again. So he's looking really well, and I think it's Sean Payton finally figuring out what's going to work for that offense. Javonte Williams coming back from the injury has definitely helped a lot, too. It's him and McLaughlin. The backfield makes a very good tandem that Russell Wilson can work. Then they're both good pass-catching backs as well. The defense also stepped up so much during this win streak. Just 22 points is the high that they've given up in the last 5 games. All the other games below that. And they also, and going on the rest of the season, they have a pretty easy stretch. Chargers twice, both winnable games. The Lions are going to be tough, and Pats and Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. A little bit of an easier schedule towards the end. And as you said, this defense, I feel like you could say it's been top 10 during this winning streak, really limiting offenses, specifically you name like the Chiefs. You can, and just, I mean, when you're limiting the Chiefs, you've done something right. And as they continue to win, you start to see Russell Wilson start to get more comfortable. He's still not in his top form as we've seen him in the past, from fumbles to other turnovers, but he's learning so much better, and the team as a whole is clicking so much better than they were.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our talk about Week 4 of the NFL season and get into some MLB playoffs here on WTOP-10.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. The Phoenix Suns took a trip to MSG for a matchup with the Knicks. Despite being down 12 after the first quarter, the Knicks fought back and brought the deficit to 3 by the end of the third, and had it tied with time winding down in the fourth. But Devin Booker wasn't taking a loss and drilled the game-winning 3 with 1 second on the clock. Ben, the Suns are 11-7 and on a 7-game win streak. Should we expect this form for the rest of the season?
Absolutely. I mean, this is what we expect from this Suns team. This Suns, they don't even have their big three all healthy right now. Kevin Durant was not in this game. Bradley Beal's only played 3 games this season. So we're still looking at a Suns team that's, hitting their stride, but they're not even fully healthy right now. The Knicks were outmatched early in this one, but the resiliency to fight back, even down a lot after the first quarter, it's really impressive from this Knicks team. Looking to see them kind of hit their stride as the season moves along.
No, absolutely. This roster is so crazy talented with KD, Beal, and Booker, as well as other playmakers like Eric Gordon, who's averaging 14 points a game right now. And the thing is, the big test, December 1st, just Friday, they played Denver. That's going to be the real test. Is this team going to do anything this year?
The Minnesota Timberwolves have impressed NBA fans to start this season, exploding to the top of the Western Conference with a 12-4 record to start the season. Anthony Edwards is leading the charge, averaging 26.6 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 5.2 assists per game. And the trio of him, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert have all been firing on all cylinders. Do you think this kind of production is sustainable, Brian?
I think for certain players, certainly. Anthony Edwards, year 4, definitely sustainable. He's looking to like such a top-tier scorer in the NBA. I think Karl Anthony Towns will regress some, maybe closer down to 17 points a game. He's over 20 right now. And Gobert, I believe, is right about where he should be. I think also Mike Conley is going to pick it up as a passer and a scorer. Right now, they're getting a lot of pressure for their big men. 4 of their top 6 scorers are power forwards or centers. So definitely going to need some more guard and wing help.
Yeah, this is what we expected from the Timberwolves team. They gave up the Brinks truck worth of assets for Rudy Gobert not very long ago, but they still have a very solid foundation. And I think that's what's so impressive about this Timberwolves team, because Anthony Edwards has been so consistently successful. And I agree, like their big men, that's what's so unique about them. Their height is so important to them, and they continue to just impress day in and day out. And they're at the top of the Western Conference right now. Really impressive from this Timberwolves team.
Connor McDavid showcased his passing skills in a 1-goal, 4-assist performance in the Oilers' 8-2 win over the Ducks. McDavid is off to a slow start by his standards with only 25 points in the team's first 20 games. The Oilers are 7-12-1 after the win in 7th place in the Pacific. Ben, does McDavid need to pick it up to turn around the Oilers' season?
Unfortunately, the answer to this question is yes. He literally needs to be the greatest player on earth for this Oilers team to be successful. But even then, we've seen him be so great last year. He had 150 plus points in the season, and they still failed in the playoffs. So even when he is successful, this Oilers team falters. They have guys, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. They have these guys that are right alongside him, and they still don't have success in the regular season in the playoffs.
No, I agree. I think Leon Draisaitl is doing very similar to what he did last year. Lots of assists, goal output not really there, but it's the goalkeepers I think also need to step up. Stuart Skinner's 3.28 goals against average right now is not going to cut it. That needs to come under 2, probably down to 2.5. This team wants any success.
The New York Rangers have defeated the scorching hot Boston Bruins 7-4 to take down the reigning President Trophy winners. This loss was only the Bruins' 3rd loss in regulation this season, and it was also the team's 2nd straight loss. With the win, the Rangers tie the Bruins at the top of the Eastern Conference with 31 points. Brian, which of these 2 teams will ultimately finish ahead of the other in the standings?
Well, both of them lost tonight, so they're going to be right where they left off at the beginning of the day. But ultimately, I do think it's going to be the Bruins. I think they just have more depth and a great, outstanding goaltending tandem with Ullmark and Swayman. Igor Shesterkin is good. Jonathan Quick is nice, but I don't think Quick will keep up the sub-2 goals against average right now. Panarin is playing really well, but I just think the Bruins have a more overall team, even despite losing Patrice Bergeron in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bruins are, they're really good. You've seen them, they just dominate all the time, although recently in a little bit of a slide. This Rangers team is the roster is relatively unchanged, but new head coach Peter Laviolette coming in, a little bit of a change of energy in that locker room, and it looks so much better, and they're continuing to build on what they built last season.
It's Conference Championship Week this week in college football, and all these games have massive playoff implications. In the Big Ten, number 3 Michigan takes on number 17 Iowa, and in the SEC, number 1 Georgia looks to beat rival number 8 Alabama to stay perfect in the last 2 seasons. Can Georgia and Michigan still make the playoffs with a loss?
I think they can, because even though it would be a nightmare scenario for the committee, I think both of them still can, even with a loss. I think that the committee will try and keep Georgia in for the three-peat, even with a loss. Michigan just beat Ohio State, and that's an impressive win in itself, and that was so recent. I think that a loss right now wouldn't affect them too much because it's still coming off of that Ohio State win. But you never know what's going to happen. There are so many other factors. The other championship games, Alabama might jump way ahead of Georgia if they win. Michigan might fall to 4 or out of it if they lose and Florida State wins, and Florida State pushes from 5 into the college football playoffs. It's so many different things can happen. What do you think, Brian?
I think Georgia is definitely a yes. I think Michigan, it's scenario based. I do believe if they lose and Washington and Florida State win, and then Texas wins, I do think Texas would jump them because they had the same record and they're conference champions. But I do think Michigan, most likely with a loss, would still be in.
It's really, really, really crazy scenario. But the ACC and Pac-12 championships are also set, as number 5 Florida State is set to take on number 10 Louisville for the ACC title, while number 4 Washington looks to take down number 6 Oregon for a second time this season in the Pac-12 title match. Does a loss for Washington or Florida State doom their season, Brian?
Unfortunately for both teams, the answer is yes. Washington, the last couple weeks since they went over Oregon, have been a lot closer wins, which is hurting their resume. And I think this is why we'll get to later, Oregon is favored in this Pac-12 championship game. So I believe a loss knocks them out. Florida State's kind of the same way, where the resume isn't the greatest. But I do believe losses from Georgia and Michigan, or lost Georgia and Michigan win. Texas would be the next team in with a win, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, I think this is such another interesting scenario because Florida State right now no longer has Jordan Travis at the helm, and Washington hasn't looked so good on offense recently. So losses on both fronts really, realistically, take them out of the running for the playoff, especially if Alabama wins. That would Alabama would push right past both of them. I feel like no matter what, if Alabama wins, they're pushing right past both of them and right into a playoff spot because the committee, they want to see Alabama. They want to see Georgia. They want to see Michigan. They want to see these teams. So if Georgia is upset by Alabama, Alabama moves right in. So these teams are on thin ice right now because, realistically, at the end of the season, they're both undefeated teams. They need to stay that way in order to stay in the top rankings. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Brian will be joined by one of our producers, Alex Brooks, here on WTOP-10.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Joining me now is Alex Brooks, one of our producers. Alex, what do you have for us tonight?
Thanks, Brian. We start in Charlotte as the 1-10 Carolina Panthers announced that they have fired head coach Frank Reich after only 12 weeks at the helm. The Panthers have lost 4 straight and currently have the worst record in the NFL. Brian, with the Panthers not having a first-round pick in 2024, what is their blueprint looking like moving forward?
The Panthers are in a very weird spot right now. The head coaching job is not the most desirable. It's not going to be the most desirable when the season comes to an end, but it has perks. They have about $40 million cap space, and you get to work if you're an offensive guy, you get to work with Bryce Young, which is a huge perk. Number 1 overall pick. How do you not think that's like the best thing to do is get to work with a very young, moldable guy? I don't think they're going to get a Ben Johnson type. First, they're going to look for an offensive coordinator. I think they have to. They're not going to get a Ben Johnson, who's probably going to be the best head coach candidate on the market, but maybe a Bobby Slowick in Houston, Eric Bieniemy in Washington, or Frank Smith for the Dolphins. All offensive coordinators, I think, would be great fits for this team. But it's also a weird job security thing because they Panthers, since David Tepper took over in 2018, 6 head coaches since he took over in the last 5 years, 3 of them interim.
Yeah, Brian, as you mentioned, you want to bring in coaches that have the experience, that have a lot of coaches that have the experience with Super Bowl caliber teams or playoff caliber teams. I mean, Bryce Young is a young guy, no pun intended, but he is a young quarterback. So you need to surround him with the coaches in order for him to develop. We move north to Jersey as the New York Giants have won 2 straight games with former Syracuse quarterback Tommy DeVito taking over for Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. GM Joe Shane said in a press conference that he expects Daniel Jones to be the starter when healthy, but didn't shy away from addressing the need at that position. Brian, is Daniel Jones done as a New York Giant?
Unfortunately for Giants fans, I'm saying no. The first thing is his contract is too big. There's too much money given to him, and nobody's going to want to acquire that if they want to get rid of it, and it's too much money to be a backup. It's a $47 million cap hit next year. There's an out in 2022, but it creates $22 million in dead cap space, $41 million in 2025, $58 million in 2026. They're not going to get a high pick for Jones. They could give a high receiver with their high pick coming this year, but I do think a very capable backup like Brissett, Minshew, or Dobbs could be coming for them.
Yeah, I agree, but it's been 5 seasons, Brian. 5 seasons, and you only have 1 playoff win to show for it, 1 good season to show for it. So that's a little unacceptable. And it feels like around the league that there's a small sample of success people have, and then they just hold on to them, like AKA Mark Sanchez with those 2 AFC championship games. But he should be moving forward. The Buffalo Bills suffered a 37-34 overtime loss against the Philadelphia Eagles last night under Josh Allen. The Bills are now 0-6, including the playoffs and games that head into overtime, which is an NFL record. Brian, are these overtime losses more on the defense or on Josh Allen?
Yesterday was definitely the defense. Not much else I don't think Allen could do. He had 4 total touchdowns, over 400 total yards between the air and the ground. That is an excellent game for quarterback with only through 1 interception for a guy that can be turnover prone at times. They spread the ball around as well. So the offense I don't think was the problem yesterday. It was definitely the defense. I'm blaming, again, head coach Sean McDermott. I mentioned it earlier. I think he needs to be out this year. I don't think he's the guy anymore. How could a defense that was so good in the first half just collapse in the second half? 30 points in the second half and overtime. But the week 1 loss to the Jets, which was also overtime, was very much Allen. He was turnover prone and just didn't work very well.
Yeah, and it's hard to blame Josh Allen when the defense is giving up 37 points. I mean, you put yourself in that position to win and just giving Jalen Hurts the time to go down the field. But an argument for blaming Josh Allen is when you have the ball, when you're the one who has the possession first, you got to score a touchdown, especially against these good teams, a.k.a. the Chiefs and the Eagles, in order to save your playoff chances.
We're going to take a quick break here on Stick to Sports. Thanks once again to Alex for the fast break. When we come back, Ben, Alex, and myself will head into extra innings. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Stick to Sports on WTOP-10.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like.
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Now let's get ready for another edition of everyone's favorite segment, Extra Innings.
Woo!
Guys,
Another segment
Brian,
of Extra Innings.
you are just on top this whole
Yes,
season.
sir.
Me and Ben have kind of just been in the dumps.
I'm
So
further
let's-
in the dumps than you
Let's
are.
take a look at these standings and just kind of let Brian gloat for the next how many
for the last
seconds?
20 seconds.
9 games over 500, I think.
Yeah.
Another positive week for me.
There we go.
Sorry, I don't think you guys can come back at this point. I think
it's over.
I think it's over. I think
It's
I win.
over.
Unless I get,
It's
unless I go with like
Joe over.
0 for 5.
I mean, Brian, 22 and 13, that's so impressive.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is going to be a special edition of Extra Innings. It is the college football edition of Extra Innings. We'll start off with number 6 Oregon opening up as 9.5 favorites against number 4 Washington. Ben, start us off.
You know, I've been riding with Washington pretty much this entire season, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with Washington. I think that even though their offense has been a little stagnant recently, I think they're ultimately going to just fight through and win this game.
Oregon is on a roll right now. 9.5 favorites seems like a lot, but they are killing everybody they play. I think they're going to come back and beat Washington.
Yeah, I'm taking Oregon on this one, as well as going to have revenge against Michael Penix. And we'll move over to number 7 Texas, opening up as 14.5 favorites against Oklahoma State. Brian, start us off this one.
14.5 points is big, but Oklahoma State I don't think they're that team. Texas is really good. Offense has been clicking lately. Give me Texas at 14.5.
I'm going to agree with you there, Brian. I'm taking Texas in this one. I just think they're the better team than Oklahoma State. Simple as that.
Texas Longhorns all day. 3 for 3 on this
Horns down.
one. Yes, sir.
Wait, you said you were
I
going
don't
to
care.
win.
All right, we'll move over to the premier matchup. Number 1 Georgia versus number 8 Alabama in the SEC Championship. Ben, let's do this.
I only have 2 words to say. Go Dogs.
Okay. Wow, flustered. Give me Georgia. I was not expecting that. I was expecting a little time there. Give me Georgia at -6. They're just the better team. They're on a roll for 3 straight seasons now.
Give me Georgia 3-P. All of us are taking Georgia as well. We'll move over to number 3 Michigan versus number 17 Iowa. Brian, are you going with blue or are you going with Iowa?
23 is a massive spread. Iowa's a really, really good defense. I know their offense isn't really that good, but 23 is just too big. Give me Iowa.
I think it's really interesting. That's also really -20. That's really crazy. I think ultimately Michigan's going to win this game, but I don't think that -23 will ever be anywhere close to hitting. As you said, Iowa's defense is really dang good.
Yeah, I would not say that Michigan is going to beat them by 23 or more. I think it's going to be a much closer game for that one. So I'm going to pick Michigan on this one against Iowa. And we'll move over to our last matchup. Number 5 Florida State opening up as 2.5 favorites against number 10 Louisville. Ben, start us off.
Ultimately, I think even without Jordan Travis at quarterback, Florida State still is the better team here, and ultimately will come away with the win. But it's going to be much closer because of the absence of Travis.
Louisville is a very good team. No Jordan Travis is going to be the ultimate demise of this team, and so Louisville is going to take the 2.5 points.
Brian, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to take Louisville. Jawar Jordan will lead them in receiving, and they're going to take the ACC on this one.
All right, awesome. I think I went 5-0 this week, so
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think I did.
No, I'm going 5-0 again for the second time this season.
I'm coming back this week. I am coming back this week. But that's all the time we have on this episode of Stick to Sports. Be sure to tune in next week right here on WTOP-10.
Bam.
Invested on the
Y'all.
dead, guys.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Welcome to Off the Clock.
We did it.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Cece.
I'm Steph.
And this is Off the Clock. You're really in for a treat tonight because we got some interesting stuff for you. We have a baking vlog, of course, our iconic fit checks, our question of the day, and we are going to introduce some crew members along the way.
Cute stuff.
But first, we're going to start with a little game of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So I found some questions online, and we're going to start off easy. So the questions I found start off at like a first grade level, and then we're going to go all the way up to a fifth grade level. And then there's